I'm Luki, career coach from Focus Inspired. Have you found a job posting and started second-guessing yourself on whether to apply? Have you reached out to someone for a coffee chat and felt like you're faking it? Or have you started to prepare for a job interview and started self-sabotaging because you feel that you're not good enough? Well, then this video is for you. In today's video, we'll be having a conversation, well, really it's just me sharing my thoughts about imposter syndrome and how to deal with it on your job search. Hopefully it'll be a bit of a pep talk to get you back on the road to job search success. If you're a returning subscriber, glad to have you back. If you're new, hello and welcome. I'm Luki, and I make videos on what you didn't know you needed to know about jobs, careers, and life. First, let's define what is imposter syndrome. The dictionary defines it as the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved as a result of one's own efforts or skills. Well, really, imposter syndrome in the job search not only makes the job search longer, it can also lead to you self-sabotaging so that you miss out on opportunities that would otherwise be in your grasp. Be aware that there are 5 types of imposter syndrome. 5 types of imposter syndrome so that the mic doesn't block the way. You might experience one, multiple, or all of them. The perfectionist. They say, how come their work is always amazing and mine looks like a piece of... You look at their LinkedIn profile and it's amazing, and you know how much yours needs work. The soloist says, I can't ask for help or they'll think I'm not good enough. This is when you're afraid to ask for help, feeling that others will think that you're dumb or you're not good enough. The natural genius says, if I was meant to be here, this should be easy to do and understand. You think that you can't do it because if you could, it should be easy. The Superman, the Superwoman says, how can they get all of that done when I can barely get this done? You wonder how everyone else is able to do it all, and here you are struggling. The expert says, I'll only be good enough when I know everything. You want to read all the blogs, watch all the videos, listen to all of the podcasts before you even start writing your resume or practicing Tell Me About Yourself or arranging a coffee chat with a professional. Which imposter syndrome do you identify with? One or all? As they say, the first step in solving any problem is recognizing that you even have one. The reality is that none of us are perfect. None of us can do everything alone. Many of the most valuable things to learn are the most challenging to do. And when you know a lot, you realize actually how little you know.
Don't worry, it doesn't mean what you think.
What do you think I think?
You know.
So now that you know what imposter syndrome is, what can you do? You can take time to accept the thoughts about imposter syndrome. Many people don't want to feel imposter syndrome. But what if imposter syndrome was okay? Not just okay, but good for you. What if imposter syndrome wasn't a monster to be slain, but instead part of being human? What if instead of battling with imposter syndrome, why not embrace it as a good thing? Consider that you're only feeling imposter syndrome because you're putting yourself out of your comfort zone. You're learning. Imposter syndrome is part of the growth and progress. What if instead of imposter syndrome, you call it your path to confidence? Think of riding a roller coaster, the clickety-clack, as you're pulled up to the top. You could consider that as your path to impending death or the climb towards one of the most amazing rides of your life. Also take time to feel the feeling. When feelings are repressed or locked away, they often come back with a vengeance. If you've ever pushed down one of those floaty toys under the water, poof, they come back. You can even give the feeling a name. Impy the imposter. Expect a little dude to show up. Tell Impy that it's welcome to come along for the ride, just as long as it plays nice. As you learn to manage your thoughts of imposter syndrome, and if you find these tips valuable, give this video a like and share it with a friend. The quote, don't believe everything you think, comes to mind. Remember, it's just a thought. Use the work by Byron Katie to help. Is it true? Do you 100% know it's true? How do you react, or how does it feel in your body when you believe that thought? And who would you be without that thought? And then you turn it around. Let's take applying for a job. You see a great opportunity, then you start talking yourself out of applying because you don't have this exact experience. I know this, but this other thing I only know in a different context. You hit over 80% of what they list, but you still feel that you're not good enough. You're not good enough to even apply for this job. Let's examine the thought. You're not good enough to apply for this job. Is that true? Well, could be. Do you 100% know it's true? Well, maybe, but you just hit 80% of what they listed, so it's not 100%. Do you 100% know it's true? Well, maybe, though you did hit 80% of what's listed, so it's not 100% true, maybe just 20% or 10% true. How do you react How does it feel in your body when you believe that thought? For me, it would be more of a tightness in my chest, like a feeling that I can't breathe. For you, it might be pain in your head or in your stomach. Now, who would you be without that thought? Without the thought that I'm not good enough for this job? Well, I'd apply anyways. And then you turn it around. I am good enough to apply for this job. Do this when you're preparing for interviews. Do this when you're networking. Do that whenever you need to. Imposter syndrome is nothing more than insecurity or lack of confidence wearing different clothing. It's okay to feel the fear. You just need to feel the fear and do it anyways. Also, keep in mind that in order to not be an imposter, all you need to do is share the truth in what you did. You're not an imposter if it's true. Get comfortable speaking about what you've done. Start getting comfortable acknowledging that you don't know and that you're learning to. Just be you. And also be kind to yourself. The job search is hard enough without you beating up on yourself. In addition, get some support to help you along the way. Some folks can do it on their own, especially the soloists who feel they must do it on their own. But in reality, everybody needs help. I find that asking for help is a skill that more people should learn to master. Reach out to friends or family that could be your cheerleaders and encouragement. Get some help from coaches and mentors to help you in the exception cases of the job search where you might otherwise talk yourself out of doing. And one final tip is be like Nike and just do it. Do it anyways. This video was brought to you by the Focus Inspired Academy. Click the link in the description box below for a free 1-month trial for supporting the channel. Remember to share this video with a friend. Let me know if you have any questions or what you're struggling with in your job search or your career, and feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips on jobs, careers, and life. And YouTube recommends that you check out these videos next.